Angry guy here, and this is why men stop dating single mothers. Discussing why men stop dating single mothers. Well, one of the reasons should be clearly it's not good for you, but there's still a number of guys who've been doing it for years. They've been going out there, they've been dating these single mothers, but now they're getting it. They're realizing, you know what? Stop doing it. Don't fucking do that. It's not good for you. Let's go ahead and jump into this.
What's your type? What's your type? Rich. I want rich and funny. Very simple. That's the recipe for a great life, no?
Very
No,
simple,
don't do this
guys.
to me.
I know, I'm sorry.
I'm busy. I'm busy today. I'm busy tomorrow. I'm busy next week. I'm busy.
And just to clear the air, I'm not a single mom. I'm a single woman. My child isn't looking for a daddy. I am.
Ding dong.
Why are y'all here fucking with these women?
I'm not playing hard to get. I'm making sure that you actually want me. Unlike the rest of this generation, I don't have a roster. I don't do rosters. I don't just entertain 10 people for the hell of it. I don't play with people's feelings.
So she's a single mom and she doesn't do rosters. But I have here another single mother that explains to other women how to do rosters.
Okay, I can understand why you think it would take a lot of energy, but it really doesn't. You're out here just like multi-dating. Like, we don't catch feelings. We're not giving them a ton of energy. That would not be running your roster appropriately. That is you trying to be in a relationship with multiple men, and that's not what we're trying to do. Right now, what we're trying to do is just have a roster. So what I like to do, I have my roster broken down. So I have a roster of men that
So she's a single mom, guys, and she's explaining to other women how to have a roster of men.
I like to do fun shit with, and then I also have a roster of men that I like to have sex with, basically. Not every man is on both
Do you see this
lists.
bullshit? So she's using men, the guys that she likes to have fun with. She'll use those guys to go out, take her out to buy food, take her out on expensive dates, take her to the park, take her to the music, take her out to the music park, maybe take her on a weekend getaway, really, pay for her shit. And then the other list are the guys, Chaz and Tyrones that she enjoys. So basically, she's dividing men up into different categories and using them for different things. This is a single mother. These are single mothers, and then people understand why men are walking away from society entirely. I mean, no one can see just how ugly and disgusting this is. Imagine if men did things like this to women. I mean, imagine if we lived in a society where this is what men were doing to women. All right? Like, this is not okay. It's like, it reflects the ugliness of the human characteristic, of the of humanity, to do something like this, to treat someone like they're just a utility, that you can use them and use them for different things and then throw them away. It's abuse. And yet they literally have no conscience. And these are women who have children already, and they believe that they deserve the entire world. It's just ridiculous.
Okay, there are some men who just I like to have fun with, and then there are men who I just only have sex with.
And if you don't believe me that she's a single mom, watch this.
Dating as a single mom, one of my biggest pet peeves. When you meet a man out,
people who don't want to run a roster, understand that just because you're dating a person, you're not running a roster. That is your personal decision. But does not mean that the person that you're dating has to abide by the same things.
So not only that you have to date a single mother and have to deal with her kids, but maybe she also has a roster. That's why I tell you guys, it's not worth dating a single mom. There are too many problems that come with it. So just be careful, guys.
I think in 2023, it's pretty fair, especially if you're well into your 20s, that the person you're talking to is dating around still. Because a lot of the times, it doesn't make sense to put all of your eggs in one basket.
Okay, so I was talking to a guy friend of mine, and he was talking, we were talking about dating, and he was saying that when he takes out a girl, he spends a couple $100s. So if he does like 3 or 4 dates a week, that can get pricey. I want men to think about what it's like to date a single mom, okay? First of all, we have to figure out a babysitter. Not only do we have to hunt one of these damn things down, we also got to pay. And let me tell you, it's going to be like close to $200 for a babysitter for an evening, okay? Third of all, we would much rather be hanging out with our children. So for us to get out of our environment and go talk to somebody that we don't know and like maybe potentially it might work out, maybe it doesn't, like that's a lot of commitment.
So we should be grateful that a single mother bestows us with her presence, and we should be quiet, spending hundreds of dollars a week to go out on dates with single mothers and these single women, because they are blessing us with their presence. The single mothers especially are blessing us with their presence, because they may have to get a babysitter. They have to get a babysitter for their kids, and and there are other expenses. So we should be grateful to them and stop. I mean, like, wow. And then when guys are saying, if I do this a couple times a week, I'm gonna go broke. They don't care. Like they're like, you need to step your game up, then, dude. All right, you should be making that $1 million a year. All right, you should be making that $1 million a year. You shouldn't be complaining over having to spend $1,000 a week on some food. All right, that's chump change. That's chump change. The problem is that a lot of these women ended up going out with people like NBA players and athletes, and in their 20s, and they feel like the average guy is supposed to provide this kind of lifestyle for them. These women have no chill. They have no limits. They have no consideration. They think that the entire world belongs to them. They think everything in the world belongs to them, and they think everybody owes them something. And by the way, guys, if you're enjoying these videos, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you already haven't done so, and turn on notifications to never miss another video ever again. Also, please go ahead and hit the like button. It tells YouTube that that you like these videos, and you want YouTube to keep sending you more angry guy videos. And and so YouTube will say, okay, hey, I'm going to send this guy more angry guy videos because I enjoy these videos, and then it's a win-win situation for all of us. And if you're enjoying the content, guys, don't forget that you can drop some cash via Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal. All the links are in the description of the video, so you can look in the description if you want to drop some cash and say thank you, Angry, for all the hard work that you do. Let's jump back at this video.
So
So just don't bother, guys. She would rather spend time with her kids. You're not a priority. So why are you trying to date a single mom? Why? I don't get it.
yeah, like just paying for a dinner is literally the least that you can do. Really, you should be paying for a babysitter too.
So not only dinner, guys, you should also pay for a babysitter. But you won't be considered a bank account in that family. No, for sure. Just marry her.
You give him a chance, girl. When you
So what do we do when the guy is actually boring, a good guy, but we think they're toxic because our brain is wired that way? Help.
find a guy that seems a little boring to you, and maybe you don't have all these butterflies, that's a really good sign. Here's why. Single moms like you and I are used to toxic relationships. That became our normal. So when you meet a good man and you're like, meh, but he's a good guy, he's like a good dad, he's a good human.
Plan B guys, they're looking for the Plan B guy that they can get into a relationship with, take advantage of, use his money, use him as a come up, and then dip when they're ready to. And of course, they'll be having a relationship with Chad and Tyrone while they're married to this guy. All right, so they marry this guy knowing that they don't like him, but he can provide for them, and they could use him to get what they want, so they can so that he serves as their come up. They take half his shit and then get the fuck out. All right, and then they walk away. On top of this on top of taking half his shit, and now he's bonded with their kid, but he has no rights to that kid. So now he loses access to that kid too, and he's left with nothing. He loses half his shit. He loses access to a kid that wasn't even his, and he's broken, and they're moving on to the next one. They're on to the next one, on to the next one. And they never actually left the last ones, because they were still going out, they were still having fun with Chad and Tyrone. All right? And if they and God forbid if they have a kid together, the kid's probably not even his. The kid's Chad's. The kid is Chad, or the kid's Tyrone's. And he did it deliberately because they didn't want to have kids with this guy in the first place. All right? This is how Plan Bs work. This is what the Plan B guys are for. And you have to be a real dumbass to go and get a relationship with these women instead of going overseas and get yourself a Filipina or a Latina or whatever the hell is that you want, but a woman with class and tradition that's family orientated. Because also these women, they don't cook, they don't clean. All right, they order takeout. Guys, that's all I have for you right now. I want to know what you think about this. This is why men stop dating single mothers, and you shouldn't be dating single mothers in the first place. I'll put a link to the description, and I'll put a link to the full video in the description of the video, so you can check out the full video. You see all I do for you guys. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away. And cheers.